So today it's been confirmed to the surprise of no one that Modern Warfare will not feature a zombies mode. And this is something, like I said, everyone was kind of expecting. Nobody really expected to see zombies in this game, and I mean, there were multiple leaks and rumors suggesting this, but today it's been confirmed by Infinity Ward's campaign director Jacob McCaffrey, or however you say his last name, where he actually said that, and these are his words exactly, "We are trying to create an authentic, realistic feeling world. We don't have the flexibility to do something like put zombies in the game. That would compromise a feeling of playing in a world that feels realistic and authentic and relative to today's conflicts and things we face." And honestly, I am completely fine with his reasoning. I mean, I can understand how they would feel that zombies would take away from the seriousness of the story they're trying to tell inside campaign, because I mean, campaign is about modern day warfare where people are going and dealing with terrorism, and there's terrorism, mass shootings, all that stuff, and you're dealing with all that, but then all of a sudden you're at this really goofy zombies mode, especially from Infinity Ward. If they would make zombies, they'd probably be doing something quite similar to what they did with IW, which I think we could all agree was quite goofy. I mean, the intros and outro were all cartoonic, so I can imagine why they would kind of not want to have that in their game that they're trying to make a quite serious and realistic feel to their game, and it wouldn't really make much sense, and I agree that it might take it, well, it probably would take away from the seriousness they're trying to create inside campaign. Now, one quick question I have about all this is, how does this affect multiplayer? Because I mean, if zombies is too goofy, I mean, that means you have to take all the goofy things out of multiplayer, right? So I'm just saying, I don't really want to see any goofy things showing up in multiplayer at all, or I would feel betrayed and I would not accept this reasoning anymore. But that's not really the point of this video. But regardless, again, like I said, I'm fine with the reasoning. I'm fine not having zombies, but my problem is what it seems like we're getting instead of zombies. I mean, I was personally really hoping for something brand new, and it could still possibly be something new we never seen before. But honestly, it seems more and more likely that we're getting Spec Ops all over again. And I mean, I've expressed this multiple times in the past. I am not a fan of Spec Ops. I just don't like it. I do not think it's a good mode, and I just don't. And again, I understand that people like the mode. I understand there's different opinions, but I just don't think that the people that like Spec Ops are the people who are going to be playing the third mode. These are just people who play multiplayer, and then they play Spec Ops whenever they just don't feel like playing multiplayer. It's just that third mode to them. So if that's what they're going for, and they're just going for this third mode that people play when they're tired of the other two, then that's fine and whatever. That's just what we'll have to deal with. But if they're making a mode that they're expecting to be, I don't know, I guess something that people will play, like be as their main mode for the game, then I just don't feel like Spec Ops as we know it is a good option for that. But it really seems like that's the case, especially when they're telling us that they want it to feel, I guess, realistic, because I mean, that's a perfect thing exactly for Spec Ops. It's really just more campaign missions. So I again get the reasoning. I understand why it seems even more likely that it'll be Spec Ops, but it's just not something that I'm the biggest fan of. I just don't really feel like Spec Ops is going to keep that many people playing it, and that's just how I currently feel about this. But with all that said, I do want to touch on what this actually means for like all of the people who normally make zombies videos, like my good self, because you know, it's kind of going to be kind of weird if you don't really have the mode that you've been making videos on for the last, like, what, 4 years, and it's no longer in the new Call of Duty games. Like, what do you do? And I mean, I don't know, honestly. Yeah, I just think about it, thinking multiplayer. Do I play multiplayer? I mean, I've always been a fan of multiplayer, but I mean, do I really want to try to get into the multiplayer area of Call of Duty? That's so oversaturated. It's just, I would have to work from scratch. I would have to just try to build an audience over there in multiplayer, because I'm sure that the zombies audience isn't exactly the multiplayer audience. So, you know, that would be a pain. I mean, I just don't know. So it's going to be something that I personally am going to have to figure out and try to do something with. But we're going to have to wait and see for all of that. But hoping for the best. And the third mode is in Spec Ops, and it's going to be something amazing that I'm going to be able to play. So you know, we'll see how that all happens. But last thing I want to mention before I end this video is that this seems like it's the end for IW Zombies and that whole thing that was going on, which is quite unfortunate because I know myself and a lot of my subscribers and people that are watching this video are big fans of that mode, but it looks like we're probably never going to get it again, which is quite unfortunate because I thought Infinity Ward did a good job at zombies. It is unfortunate to see, but I mean, what could you really do about it? Cry? I guess you could, but you know, I'm not going to, but anyways, that's all I really have to say. I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking about all this, especially for my audience specifically, because my audience, or I guess a large portion of it, was built during Infinite Warfare. So I do really want to hear all your opinions, because this is something that I'm quite curious on what you guys think about. But anyways, that's about it for me. If you guys did enjoy the video, go ahead, do all the normal YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, bell, share, and especially bell. But I'm going to go, and I'll catch you guys next stream video, or whatever it may be. But laters, guys.